Hello, class. This is Demetrius Wilson with Business Marketing. In Chapter 1, one of the obvious topics that we would need to cover is what is marketing. Marketing definitely changes what you think about things, and that's not necessarily a definition of what marketing is, but it's one of the components of marketing, and we should all know that it changes how we think about things, how we look at things, or it changes our purchasing decisions. One of my favorite commercials is this Audi commercial, in which you'll see it's quite interesting. A lot of people look at electric cars differently or hybrid cars after seeing this commercial. So you've obviously got your nice Go Green community in which you see someone getting fresh eggs from the chicken. You see the solar panels being installed. You see the guy putting his stickers on his Prius. But there's a new sheriff in town. This guy pulls in with his high-powered automobile, but it's also a hybrid and a plug-in. Obviously, he's getting some play from the lady who went shopping on the beach cruiser and had her groceries in the cart. So it makes a hybrid look a little cooler than one might expect, right? So do you think these pesky banner ads that are coincidentally marketing exactly what you've been browsing pop up by accident? So, for instance, I was looking at one of those things called an endless pool. It's a pool that shoots the current and you swim against the current. And I looked at it, checked out the website and everything, but ever since then, and it's been years, those banner ads have been popping up when I'm logging into my email or when I'm on, different types of websites. And it's not by coincidence, not by chance. This happens because they know that you're hitting that site and they want to keep popping that up until you actually purchase it. One great example I have is Medicare.com and Medicare.org. A company I work with had a partnership with them. And if you were individual, obviously a little bit older, who was applying for for either of these services, and you were on their site, if you put in your name and your phone number, they were already shooting that information over to their sales reps. The sales reps were calling while they were on the computer. And they were like, "Hey, isn't that a coincidence? I was looking for this health plan and you called me." Well, it's not a coincidence. It's because they struck a deal with those companies and said, filter that information over to us and we'll make those phone calls. Do you ever wonder how products such as the Pet Rock and Chia Pet did so well in the marketplace? Like, who would buy these things? And some of you guys are probably too young to even know what either one of those are. Isn't a Snuggie just a backwards robe? A lot of people bought Pet Rocks. I remember those, and they wrote the name on them and everything. Like, oh, it's my Pet Rock. But like they said, they don't die, they don't run away, you don't have to clean up after them. I guess it's just the best pet. Chia Pet, same thing. The little things you watered it in and it grew. Didn't do anything beyond that, but a lot of people bought it. Great marketing, or just marketing that people, I don't want to say they fell for, but it helped to pull them in to purchase. For whatever reason, they decided purchasing a rock or purchasing a Chia Pet was something smart. So the role of marketing. So what does marketing do? Just as if as we ask the question, what is marketing at the beginning of the chapter? What is the actual role of marketing? So initially, you want to identify customers. If you don't identify who your customers are, then how are you going to actually make sales? You have to understand customer wants and needs, and identify whom the target market is and how to reach them, right? So you have to understand what these people want, what do they need, and how are we going to reach them? Do I need to reach them by phone, email, instant message? How am I going to reach this target market? You want to satisfy your customers. If you don't satisfy your customers, you will not have repeat customers, and you'll also have returns, just like they said they were returning the Pet Rock because I guess they didn't do the adequate amount of tricks that they thought the pet should do. You want to make the right product or service available to the right people at the right time. Make everyone feel better off from the exchange. So I feel better because I got your money. You feel better because you got the product that you needed and required. And then you want to retain customers, and that's one of the departments that I handle in my day job is retention. So you want to retain the customers. You want to keep them there. Not only do you want to identify who they are and sell to them, in an even exchange, but you want to retain those customers so that they will buy other things from you later on down the line. Give customers a reason to keep coming back. Find new opportunities to win their business, so you can upsell them. You can sell add-ons. For instance, if anybody bought that, it's called the Slender Tone. It's a belt that they put around and it sends electric shocks and it's supposed to help your abs. Well, there's these pads that you have to include with that. So as soon as those pads run out, then you have to buy a new pad. So you'll continue to say, hey, we'll send you a box of 20 of these. They're going to upsell you on things that they know that you need because you have that actual product. Seeing the whole picture is very very important in terms of marketing. You want to continuously collect information about customers' needs and competitors' capabilities, right? So you want to have information on your customers. You also have information on your competitors so that you see the whole market. Is there more position for me to get a bigger piece of the market share with the customers that are the clients, not the clients, but with the people who are selling the same goods that I am? And then are there enough of the clients and or customers to purchase the actual good? You want to share the information across departments, right? So if I have information in marketing, I definitely want to share that with sales, and sales definitely wants to share that information with customer service so they can work as a cohesive unit and do the best for our customers through the sales process, customer service process, any other process that is touching the customer and or client. And you want to use the information to create a competitive advantage by increasing value for the customer. Why do we want to increase value for the customer? Because we want them to buy more, and we want them to be satisfied with our product. Relationship stage, so meeting and creating a meeting and getting acquainted. So just like a relationship, you meet and you get acquainted. Well, with your clients or customers, you meet and you get acquainted as well. You find desirable target customers, including those likely to deliver a high customer lifetime value. That means they're going to keep coming back. They're going to keep purchasing iPhones. You want to understand what these customers want. Build awareness and demand for what you offer, right? So they're aware of what you have and they're demanding of people. People want your product. And then you want to capture the new business. More people, I tell my friend, they like your phone too, they're going to purchase it as well. Providing a satisfying experience. You want to measure and improve customer satisfaction, track how customer needs and wants evolve, develop customer confidence, trust, and goodwill. If they have confidence and trust in you, they will continue to purchase your products. And they will continue to put out good-natured vibes and good-natured posts about your comments so other people will purchase them as well. Demonstrate and communicate components, competitive advantage, and monitor and counter competitive forces, right? So you want to monitor what your competitors are doing, and then you want to see how you can counteract those moves. You want to sustain a committed relationship, and that's when the retention comes into play. You want to keep that relationship sustained. Convert contacts into loyal, repeat customers rather than one-time customers. One-time customer is good, but we want somebody who continues to buy from us. Anticipate and respond to evolving needs, and that's the biggest thing. You want to anticipate what their needs are and then put something out there so they continue to buy it from you. And deepen relationships, expand reach and reliance on what you offer, right? So I want you to continue to have to rely on me because if you rely on me, then you're going to continue to purchase my product. If you just absolutely have to have the new iPhone, then you're going to rely on Apple and you're going to purchase a new one. So what's your process? Well, I know what my process is if I want to find a new eatery or something to eat, but how many of you go to Yelp before trying a new eatery? Does it really impact business for that, for that establishment? You be the judge. So let's check out a video real quick. See if that sways how you feel about Yelp, or if that's exactly what you thought in the first place.
Hey businesses, Yelp can help, or it could, destroy you. Hey everyone, Lacey Green here and you're watching D News. Each month visitors use Yelp to review or read reviews for restaurants, spas, auto services, hotels. I even found my doctor on there. It's a website that's loved by some and hated by others. The side you stand on usually depends on whether or not Yelp has done you dirty. Is Yelp good or evil? Let's take a look and see what the research has to say about the debate. So, the good before the ugly, because we're positive like that. Yelp is obviously a great place for people to have their voices heard and to share their favorite spots with their friends. 90% of Yelpers say positive ratings influence their decision, and the positive benefits aren't just for the user. 77% of the 812 companies that were surveyed said that Yelp helped them be more in touch with their clientele, which is why the fact that Yelp helps businesses make more dollars should come as no surprise. According to a report released by Merchant Warehouse, small businesses who use Yelp saw an $8,000 average annual revenue increase. And that increase jumps way up to $23,000 average for businesses that advertise on Yelp as well. Another study at Harvard found that even an extra half-star rating can boost a restaurant sellout rate by as much as 19%. Holy crap! That's a lot. But I guess I'm not that surprised, at least for me living in San Francisco with so many options. If a restaurant has bad Yelp ratings, I'm just not going to go. So far that's translated into more positive dining experiences and happiness and also deliciousness. But like I said, there's an ugly side to this equation. While there are businesses who are benefiting from that extra half star, there are businesses who are losing out because they don't have the ratings. If a company's just getting started, that guy who rage posts a 1-star review can cause more damage there than to a company that's well established and has lots of reviews. Some businesses also take matters into their own hands by leaving fake positive reviews, to which Yelp responded by placing alerts on business pages with suspicious activity and by implementing a filter. Now, businesses responded by saying the filter's unfair, it flags honest businesses, and it hides authentic positive reviews. So, what do you folks make of Yelp? Do you use it? Do you think it's fair? Personally, I'm a pretty big fan because it's helped me find so many great businesses, and it's helped me generally avoid getting screwed over. I also like my random Yelp friends that I can talk to about food, but I can see how customer abuses could be bad news for good companies. I can also see how the power to spread the word about a bad business could make bad businesses pissed, if you know what I'm saying. Thanks for joining me for D News, guys. Be sure to subscribe for more D News updates.
So that's quite interesting when you think about that. And I agree with all of her comments in terms of how she utilizes Yelp. I definitely utilize Yelp as well. If I see like 10 1-stars on there, I'm probably going to avoid that restaurant. And it's not the only determinant that I use, but it does help. Like if I go on there and I see all positive and I see one, like she said, one rage post from somebody, I'm not going to really worry about that. Restaurant I went to not too long ago. It was great restaurant, great experience. And, one guy had put a post on there when I just checked it out and he said there are maggots in the food. And I never heard anybody say anything about that. It was actually quite expensive restaurant. And I don't know why there would be maggots in the food, but I think the guy just had a bad experience. So he just said, what can I do to kind of, like she said, screw the company over? And that's put a Yelp review up that said they had maggots in the actual food. So again, with what's your process? How many of you don't look online before going to Cerritos Auto Square to purchase a new or used car? Everybody looks online now. It's just the way things go. Back in the day, did anybody do that? No, they just rolled down to the Auto Square and kicked the tires and looked under the hood. Nonprofit, it talks about that in chapter 1. It definitely doesn't mean not profitable. The purpose is to fund charitable purposes. But plenty of money comes in, like Red Cross and Race for the Cure. They're making a lot of money. So it's a nonprofit, but it doesn't mean that they don't make a lot of money. So you must, sometimes people think that, you're nonprofit, like you're just doing volunteer work. No, it's definitely a lot of money coming in. Is marketing everywhere? Yeah, it definitely is. I want you to take this week to pay close attention, to how much marketing truly affects what you decide to buy, when you decide to buy it, and if you ever decide to purchase it again. All those things are affected by marketing and, the experience that you receive. So that's it for this week. Like I said, that these videos will be pretty quick. Try and keep them like 15 minutes or shorter. Depends on what we want to cover. But make sure that you do everything that's in module 1 for chapter 1 for this week. So everybody be sure to cover everything and have a good day and a great week.